Hey, D. Crenny on the review. We are in for what could possibly be a very lengthy review, so go ahead and buckle them seatbelts in because we got the Game's Ninth studio album, Born to Rap. This is supposed to be his last installment, but I do not believe this will be his final project. I actually think when he says this is his final album, I think that's slightly the excuse. I think that could possibly be the excuse, so I say, for it being so long. It's just too long. I mean, an hour and 30 minutes is just so long. I enjoy it. I just put it out there. I like the album, so I have listened to it a number of times. I've already had countless songs running back and forth in the gym. So this is a good project, but there's just some stuff on here that just shouldn't be. Start off with the album cover. It is very creative. I like it, but I don't. I think there's a different way to kind of simulate the Born to Rap idea. But overall, does this set the message? Absolutely. Born to Rap, having a bunch of pregnant women in the studio, listening to him make his project. It's very, very creative, yet it's a little bit Let me just run down his projects, his body of work. The documentary, A Classic, 2005. This was my college theme music for a long while. Doctor's Advocate's great. LAX is really good. Maybe not really good. LAX is good. The Red Album is cool. Jesus Peace, I love that thing. The documentary 2 and 2.5. 1992, 2016, I believe was just slept on. I think people slept on that project and people still bump it. It has some really good songs on there. I enjoyed it. And then we got, now 2019 Born to Rap. I think this is a very good representation of West Coast rap. Always felt he's done a good job representing his city and where he's from. I feel like the Game's been riding really hard for a long time. On this project, he paints that picture. He paints that picture of his long ride in the rap game. South Central LA, the bodies. I shouldn't say the bodies, but I'm saying the bodies. Whatever. His track record, his talk, gang banging and all that good stuff. Him representing it, putting it out loud. There's something to be said for it. Some people may say the negativity, whatever, but it's his life, and you gotta put it out, and that's what artists do. They put their work on showcase, whether it's in paintings or music or movies or all the different art forms, playing instruments. You got to get it out there, and he's fortunate enough to be able to do that. He rhymes, and he always does, but I think on here it stuck out to me, and like I said, just in case this is his last album, I did digest a little bit more. He talked a lot about the struggles and successes he has faced in the rap game, and to kind of get a little bit more up close and personal about that is pretty cool. And with that being said, he does make it seem like this could possibly be his last album. On the flip side, kind of like Jay-Z did with the Black Album. So don't want to compare him to Jay, but that's just what comes to my mind off bat when you say you're going to retire. I think you just should retire gracefully in the rap game. I think you can get inspired too fast and want to put out a whole project or multiple songs, and he just might do that. I'm about to get into the review, but please sub. Please like the video. We're in it track by track. Game's Ninth album, Born to Rap. Number 1 is City of Sin. It has my guy on it, Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is a star, rock star, beast, whatever you want to call it. The dude is a monster. It's awesome to start out the album with him. It's pretty much just Ed Sheeran does his thing introducing the album. For me, it sets the tone of how serious this album was going to be. Game doesn't even show up on the intro, and I thought that said a lot. I mean, he just let Ed do a little 1 minute and 45 second just sit back, relax, just get ready. Someone to tear it up. Number 2 is No Smoke, and just the title of this track is featuring Miguel and Travis Barker. Travis Barker more just on the production side, Miguel on the chorus. But No Smoke was a good song to introduce it with No Smoke being that saying nowadays where you don't want to mess with me. That's pretty much what Game is saying on here. He's talking that talk. You figured he would start the album talking crazy, if you want to say, but he is rapping. And number 3 is $500 Candles featuring Dom Kennedy. Just the title alone is crazy. $500 Candles. I mean, you rich guys do your thing. Production is really smooth. It's kind of a hood soul, I guess I would describe it. The game floats on this beat. He just is one of the beats that he really just floats on. He does that on these kind of soulful songs. Dom Kennedy is kind of awkward on the chorus, but he's serviceable, and I think he's serviceable just because of the West Coast connection, and I think it feels authentic and organic. He wasn't looking for just any old feature. I think Dom Kennedy was the guy, and whatever Dom Kennedy gave was what he was going to put on here. Kudos to Game for sticking with his guns and putting Dom on here. Number 4 is The Light. One of the premier producers on here, Tech Beatz, he does a lot on this album, and this was his first track, and it is solid production. The bars are scattered on here, but I like how he flows. The flow is good over this beat. Number 5 is Carmen Electra featuring Mozzie, Osby Chill, and Toby. I think he went, and this is the only song like this on here, I think he went for that 90s traditional West Coast beat and chorus. The chorus is solid. Toby does the chorus, and it is dope. But the verses, I just don't like. I don't think the verses are any good. Number 6 is Dead Homies featuring Red Cafe. I'm not sure if this has a sample of crack music, but it's really possible. It does a rendition of him and Kanye's song Crack Music. There's definitely something there. I don't know if it's a sample or I don't even know how to explain it. It's weird, but you feel some of that in this. Red Cafe is dope, and Game is dope, and the song is dope. I like it, and like I said, I think it might be because I have that feeling. Crack Music is amazing, and Red Cafe's chorus is really good on here, and Game is really solid. Number 7 is Gold Daytonas featuring Dom Kennedy again. Now, this is Chris Big Duke Malloy's first track that he produces on here, and he's one of the prominent producers on here, so shout out to him. I love how the sample is used on here. Game does a solid job with people's samples. I mean, he should almost never have a clearance issue because he does all clearances justice. Now, I know that's not the way it goes, but it should be. If you're going to do my sample justice, I'm clearing it for you. I was shocked to see Dom twice, but the second time was definitely the charm. Big shout out to Dom. 8 is West Side. Decent production, but this song is kind of weak. I don't like the flow or his sound on here. Number 9 is 40 Ounce Love featuring Just Love. He's kind of preaching on here, not really rapping. It's just Game doing his talk, talking that talk over a beat. Number 10 is Gucci Flip Flops featuring Swiss Beatz. So shocked to have a Swiss Beatz track on here, but it's funny. He was like, if you're hearing this, that means Swiss Beatz got it clear, so it's another sample. I'm not sure what sample, but this is probably my favorite song. Game pretty much on a rapping mission on here. And I say that on this song, but just on this in general. Now we're 10 tracks in and he is rapping. And in a certain way, shape, or form, if you didn't hear the rest of the album and you heard 1 through 10, you got something. You almost got an album here. I mean, this project could probably be 3 albums or 2.5, something like that. He's on a rapping mission on Gucci Flip Flops. He stays on track with the bars over wonderful production. Great production by Swizzy. Number 11 is Born to Rap. Soulful, soulful, soulful. This is probably Game at his best in a rapping sense. I mean, this is where he kind of I think he feels comfortable. I mean, he's a rapping guy. I mean, he's rapped over all kind of beats, but I mean, I think everybody excels best at certain areas. Basketball players, maybe like the left side of the court, or quarterbacks might like to throw on the run. You do something better than others, and I feel like he's really good on here. Beat is just nasty. That was definitely one of my notes on here. Beat is just nasty. I definitely want to say that on here. The beats are good on here, but I wanted to point out the better ones. This is one of the better ones. The Nipsey talking at the end, just that alone is worth listening to Born to Rap, but this is one of the better songs on here. Definitely check this one out. 12 is Welcome Home featuring Nipsey. Perfect way to put Nipsey in right after Nipsey talks. This was definitely recorded before Nip died, so I like that organic kind of feeling. I think that he rapped this over a different beat and then Game took the vocals and put it on this. But either way, it's good and it's solid. Number 13 is Help Me. It's an interlude featuring Sly. Just a singing interlude. 14 is I Didn't Want to Write This Song featuring Marsha Ambrosia. It's a song about Nipsey, man. You know, it's a song about Nipsey. I kind of appreciate the artist, especially the West Coast artists, just talking about him. You know, letting that legacy live on. It's kind of important. 15, The Code featuring 21 Savage. Okay, now this might be my favorite song on here. This might be my favorite song here. Now, I usually don't do this, but this song is amazing. So normally I say my favorite song and it's my favorite song, but this might be my favorite song. Now I say that because when 21 raps, I think it's bad. I think it's awful. Then I just say it's just a completely different song when 21 starts rapping. Because 21 on that chorus is crazy. It's lived by the code. I can recite that joint. I'm listening to this pretty much every single day. 16 is Stay Down featuring Bryson Tiller. This song could have simply been left off. Pretty whack track. 17 is Hug the Block. This is a pretty deep track. I won't personally go into an in-depth review. I think everybody just needs to listen to this one if you're a fan of Game or however. I'm pretty sure he's talking about his brother, but he definitely puts his emotions on his sleeve on here. 18 is Ask For Me. It's just some random bars over a pretty cool beat. 19 is Stainless featuring Anderson .Paak. Okay. This is most definitely my favorite song on here. You know, when you just get these long albums like this, it's like, you know, you kind of forget about some songs. But Stainless is that track right now for me. I'm listening to it probably more than anything right now. You know, Pac does his thing on the chorus. This is everything you want in the track, man. This is lovely Cali music, especially living in Cali. That might enhance it a little bit for me, but man, Stainless. This is a smash, and a shout out to Game and Anderson .Paak for putting this what I would like to call a masterpiece together. Maybe not a masterpiece. Okay. I mean, don't get me overblown, but this is an excellent song. 20, Gangsters Make the World Go Round featuring Chris Brown. It's Money Make the World Go Round sample, or I forgot, whatever that. This ain't it. 21, Blood Thicker Than Water featuring Trey Songz. I dig the bars Game delivers on here, but that's really all that I like about this song. Trey Songz could have been a replacement, and this song might have been better. 22 is Rewind 2. Game does these rewind tracks really, really well. This one, again, done well. 23 is One Life featuring Jay Sone and Masego. Wall Is Lane is the production on here, and this is the only production he does on here. And I like the sound. It's a different sound, just like Swizzy on here. He's only produced on here once. And I think it's a couple other guys. It's a DJ Khaled. And usually when you hear those guys on a track, those one-off producers, it sounds different. And I like how you put them in certain spots, you know, on 25 tracks. So you got 25 tracks, an hour and a half, but he kind of keeps you engaged a little bit with some different sounds, even if you don't like it. There's a saxophone in here too, and you know how, well, if you watch my reviews, love the sax. Whew. 24 is Cross on Jesus Back featuring D Smoke. He closes out the project well with these last two tracks. This and 25 Roadside featuring Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is so good on Roadside. I love how Game allowed him to do the intro and the outro, so it almost felt like, you know, you kind of got two songs that were, you know, automatically different. Then, like I said, you had those other producers in there that kind of switched it up a little bit too. So it just wasn't monotony for an hour and a half, and I really, really appreciate that. Game raps on here too, and it is done. It is very well done. So Game calls this another classic without a Jigga verse. Nah, that's not the case, but it's a really good piece of work, or it's a good piece of work. I'm still impartial about exactly where I put it as far as the rankings. I do want to give a big shout out to one of the main producers on here, Big Duke. He is from Cleveland, Ohio. I am as well. Shout out to him for blazing this album with most of the production as well as Tech Beatz. They do a great job of keeping a nice West Coast smooth flow, smooth sound, putting Game in the best position to just be great, to showcase his greatness on his last album. I did like it again, but it was too long. No matter how you piece together or how I try to massage it into being acceptable hour and 30 minutes, I mean, that's movie length. Like, come on, dog. That's long. That's long. A few songs could have easily been left off, and then we could talk about classic. We could talk about another classic without a Jigga verse. If this is the last Game album, I appreciate all the great music this guy has given us. Most people should. When legends leave the game, you gotta clap for him. I will clap for him. Appreciate watching the video. Please hit that sub button. I'll be back with some more reviews to close out this year. D. Crenny on the review. This was Game's 9th and probably last studio album. Born to Rap. Holla at your boy.